Wheeler III. Artist found the president of the ONYXCON Foundation going live for the second time. I said, second time, peace up, 8 times. Damn, it's the third back at you again 3 times a day. Because, yeah. As I wait for an order, I figured let me chop it up with my peoples. Let me chop it up with my monetization nation, because I had more topics for y'all, but it cut me off, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo. You too. Hold up. Slow down, baby. Slow down, baby. Slow down, baby. Slow down. Slow down, baby. Who knows that song? Slow down, baby. Slow down, but yeah. That's EPMD and LL Cool J. Classic hip hop. Slow down, baby. Check that out. I heard that the other day for the first time in years, because it just came up in my algorithm, because they know the kind of stuff I listen to, all the variety of music I listen to. But I guess I don't know. I checked it. I looked at something lately that made them say, yeah, send that to him. He'll like it. And I was like, yeah, just because y'all know me, don't act like y'all know me. But I was jamming. I was like, oh, this is my, oh man, I used to love that joint. But and so then that led to me getting another LL prompt today, because this is how the algorithm, I kind of know how the algorithm works. Every day whenever I look at stuff, I'll sometimes go back on purpose. If it's something I'm just doing research and I don't need to see more about that topic, I'll go back to my search history and just cream everything, clear the deck, man, get everything about it that I don't need to see again. Because I don't want to wake up the next day and you pretending like that's all I want to see. I don't want to see that every day. I was looking for something. I had an interest in, I wanted one question answered, got my question answered. I done moved on in life, and y'all still, hey, Joseph, hey, check this out. Shut up. Damn it. I ain't say I want to see that. What's wrong with y'all? And it gets worse sometimes, depending on what it is. Like, sometimes it's cool, but still you can do overkill, and they love the overkill. They're gonna learn one day. I don't know. It's gonna take years, but they're gonna learn it doesn't work that way. That's not how people want to be advertised to or pressed for what they supposed to like. Just because I looked at it yesterday don't mean I want to see it 20 times a day in the algorithm. But I will give them credit for this one, like I said, because I'm a fan of LL Cool J forever. He's always been a legend. And, I grew up on the brother's music and all that. So his latest video for his last album, which now is, I ain't one of these kids who like, just because it didn't come out last week, it's old. It's older, but it's not old. You know what I mean? The album only came out like, what, a year or two ago? Like last year, I think, yeah. The Force joint, yeah, which is really a classic album. If you ain't heard the whole album, it's really good. You got a lot of hits on there, a lot of major moments on there. And there's this one song, even this one, I wouldn't say this is my favorite song on the album by no means, but I like the rhyme itself, the story he tells. But it's 30 Decembers. If you ain't seen the video, check that out. Especially if you're a Cyberpunk 2077 fan. If you're a fan of Cyberpunk 2077, the video game, and the whole world of Cyberpunk, originated by the legendary California native black man by the name of Mr. Yes, I mentioned that he's black because people don't know that, and they need to know that. Damn it. Doggone it, damn it. Michael Pondsmith. What you think this is? You didn't read between the lines. We ONYXCON, yo. What you think this is? We gonna represent for the people always. But yeah. Good brother, the legend. And I always say I wish people knew more about him and knew his name, because he deserves his flowers. He deserves all his props. Mr. Pondsmith is the equivalent of what Lucas is to Star Wars, is what Pondsmith is to Cyberpunk. Straight up. Period. And so anyway, if you ever played a game and you see all the options you have for, here's a fusion of, we talking about ONYXCON music, but we're gonna fuse in. This is how the elements always go together. I tell y'all, if y'all don't know why, this is why we do multi-niche content, because everything is connected. So if you play the game, gaming, busting pixels, okay, and you like music, LL Cool J I'm talking about, all right? And you dress your characters fly in the game ONYXCON style. Okay, we got 3 elements working, and there's many more I could mention, but we just gonna still with we're gonna still focus on those 3. Okay. In the game, they got like some of the coolest gear. I mean, there's stuff in that game. I love to dress my character when I go into character customization mode and change the look of the face, the hair, the what. I love doing that because I be coming up with some stuff, man. And I done had videos, by the way. I had a series I did about a week ago where I was trying to teach y'all how to dress your characters if you play the game, because some of y'all don't know how to dress. And there's no offense, it's just true. Some people don't care. And I understand it. They got other talents. They're not artists. They don't see color and form and texture and shape like we do as artists. So they can't even comprehend that some stuff just can never go together. Yeah, you can do whatever you want, but that's exactly what it's gonna look like. Like you just did anything, didn't you? And I've been looking at some of these games when I watch the playbacks of some folks' characters. I'm like, you really put that with that? And then you be thinking to yourself, what are these people dressed like in real life? Oh my gosh, it's got to be worse if they're dressing their character like that in a game with all these options, because you got a lot of cool options. I mean, you got a lot of cool pieces, a lot of cool pieces, all kind of cool jackets, hoodies, hats and everything, masks, all kinds of stuff. And so because your character's a merc, he does all type of levels of espionage, crazy missions and stuff. This better be my order. I'm waiting on this order, man. I've been waiting forever. This better be me. Pause for the cause. Come on, what we doing? Is that me? Okay, y'all, as I was saying, we back. So I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. I know I was saying, oh, okay, yeah, LL Cool J video, right. So 30 December is the name of it. And it's a great video. I liked it. I wish he had, the only thing I wish it had is because it's a story, I wish he had some people, some actual actors acting out what he's describing. And it would have been so perfect for how he had this character he's portraying, because he himself is like a character in the sense the song is about him going out during the time of COVID, when everything was locked down, or when things first started opening up, but there's barely anybody out. And he takes the train in New York so that he can mill around and catch a vibe and get inspired to write. And it did inspire him because he wrote that song, and it's amazing. But he's talking about all the energy he experienced being the old head, coming around all this new energy and how things are in this time, and how, like for instance, he don't use tokens no more. He mentioned that in the song. Just brilliant little things that make it come together as a full experience. Like, no, you use a card, you tap your card and you go through the turnstile. And then he's talking about how people are giving him all these weird, he got on a mask. He talked about this in an interview, so I know, let me add that to it too. The reason I have a little more insight on the song is I saw him doing an interview about the whole album, and when he got to that song, he broke down how he literally did this, and what he does in that song is just pretty much tell the story of what he experienced that day, riding the train by himself, supposedly. LL's a big dude, big strong dude and all that good stuff, but he don't front. Through the song, he kind of talks about how at times he thought these dudes were trying to rob him. They eyeing him. He eyeing them back like, try me if you will. I'm going to go for mine. I'm going to go for broke. But it's like, he leaves it kind of hanging like nothing happened per se. He don't get into it in the song. But, he alludes to there was tension like that. Like people still trying to rob people, even in a time like this, man. People dying from this disease, and you still want to put your hands on somebody or put a gun or a knife to somebody and try to rob them or something. And it's like, dude, like, man, what he kind of speaking to the psychology, like, that's so foul. Like, why are you even on that right now? Like, we ought to be just keeping our distance and everybody try to survive and each one thrive, And then he talks about like other simpler stuff, like a lady on the train who was not feeling his energy, so she didn't trust him because everybody's wearing masks and all that, so she didn't want to move her stuff so he could sit down because she was scared of him. And again, L's a big guy. I don't know how little the lady was or whatever. So he makes you feel it from the perspective of himself as the rapper giving you this story. And what makes it even iller from a style standpoint, and why I compare it to Cyberpunk 2077, what I was starting to talk about, is in the game, one of the masks you can get is a ski mask, and they come in variety of colors. I'm talking about stylish, not just the standard black or blue or red or any other main general color. Yeah, they got that too, but I'm saying they got like really unique ones that are like glittery and ones that have freaking, like literally what he's wearing in the video looked like something out the game. I was like, oh snap. Like, I don't know if L himself decided to do this or his stylist said, put this on, I promise you this is gonna take it to another level and it's gonna be the illest thing because it's not expected. And it still fits in within what you're saying in the song because, you know, I'm pretty sure he was wearing just a COVID mask maybe, you know, standard, you know, the joints we all wore, throwaway disposable mask. But no, he's wearing a ski mask, but it's like a freaking exotic, obviously very expensive, fancy one that you could only get from, you know, some designer in their collection where they basically took a simple one and they put rhinestones on it. But and then the way they did the camera filter or whatever for the shot, things I know about film, it enhances each of the little gleams of the diamonds. So you get this effect that's like, it's just so ill. I can't even, you just gotta see the video. Because it's blinging beyond normal bling level. Like, yeah, in real life, that thing would be blinging because of what's on it. But with the enhancement of the filter and the color saturation, they definitely increased the hue and the vibrance. These are some usual categories that you can adjust. Some of y'all who take time and as artists to adjust the levels of your photos and your videos know what I'm talking about, because you can use on your phone nowadays in any, just about any app, or even the standards that comes with your iPhone or Samsung or Android or whatever you got. You know what I mean? They all have these filter levels and these different things you play with for contrast and all that. So they upped all that in this video, and it makes the bling, like, it dazzles and bedazzles through the whole video. So it's like, yo, he's the superstar, rock star, hip hop legend, the GOAT, but at the same time, he's like kind of thuggish, ruggish superhero villain. Is like, yo, it's ill. And then to make it even crazier, why I say there's definitely a style decision in this completely. It's not a black ski mask, it's a freaking hot pink ski mask with these diamonds on it, right? But it's funky as hell because the rest of his outfit, there's no other pink. It's like black. He's got like a pea coat that's real dope. I don't know what they call these jeans, but I just call them boot cut because that's all they really are. They're based on boot cut jeans, but they're like the sloppy, whatever y'all kids call them. Hit the comment, y'all know what that, because I don't know all the friends. I know what a damn crop top is. When, you know, I don't like them either. I'm like, where the hell is the rest of the shirt? Why is it so damn wide? I'm like, you know, I don't mind my stuff being baggy, but I'd be damned if I'm gonna wear a short fat guy's shirt and I'm 6'2". Like, that's ridiculous. Like, no, I'm not feeling that. I'm too tall for that BS. And I get the intended aesthetic of it, because I've seen people put it all together when they put that shit on, you know. They wearing crop tops, so you can see they belt. They gotta have on some name brand belt, so everybody don't want to cover up their belt. Lord forbid they sag, and I hate that BS, but a lot of these goofies still doing that. Shout out to the men who got their freaking pants on their waist, all right? You should never see no more than maybe, and I mean maybe, the freaking waistband line of your underwear. I mean, if that's there, whatever, you know, but that's just, because if you're wearing some of these certain pants, they low rise anyway, they fall a little bit. But your stuff should never be coming off your ass. That's just I don't give a damn who you are. That's bullshit to me. You know. Kendrick, love your music, bro, but I seen you in some performances lately. I'm like, seriously, Kendrick, bro, you freaking plus. Okay, y'all. It's 92 degrees outside. It's that realness. It's that real Georgia summertime type stuff going on today. But we're gonna keep on what I was saying. I was talking about comparing LL Cool J's style on the 30 December's video. It's out right now. It just came out. It's really dope. I don't mind saluting. I always salute great art. That's what we do here at ONYXCON. We put you on to what's gonna make for your best art life, your best art appreciation, and insight into what you're looking at. Because some people just gonna look at it and be like, oh man, he thugged out. He got the hot pink blinged out ski mask. This squirrel is cracking me up. Oh man, content is all around. I just ain't got enough cameras at the one time. I need drones around me, so I'd be like, go get that squirrel, get that, you know. Get that on camera, because that would have been a short just now. That was a squirrel in the street. I stopped for him and he gonna just like, I'm like, what are you Spider-Man? Like, he doing a pose. Y'all can't see my arms. If you can see, moving, and then he runs off to the side and he gets on the pole and he hits another pose looking at me like, yeah, that's right. And then goes up his tree. Oh my gosh. Hilarious. Hilarious. Okay? But back to my point. All right, we're gonna stay focused. So I'm talking about this, how this compares. Because people gonna look at it and see the mask on LL, and they're gonna be like, you know, some people gonna get confused, like, what, huh? Why is he wearing that? You know, the ladies might be mad because they can't see his face. You know, the ladies love Cool J, you know. So that's what it stands for. You didn't know that? Yeah. Some of y'all young folk didn't know that. And LL means ladies love Cool J. Yes, that's him. And hold on right quick, because I gotta get my situation going right here. I know where I'm headed. 1 second here, y'all. Let me get right. Act like you know about it. Let's go. All right, here we go. So yeah, he got on this fit, y'all. It's pretty funky, and I immediately thought of Cyberpunk. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna, in honor of that video, I might even make a thumbnail for this video and have an outfit I make up based on the LL Cool J look in that video, and put that together for y'all so y'all can. And then I'll maybe make a short too and compare the video to my character design or whatever in the game, because I know I can match that fit he had on. It was pretty simple. It's all black, yeah, like a sweater or a hoodie or something. Some black jeans, like I say, that are like, there's some jeans, they're not really jeans, they're really like leather, but they got a boot cut, so they flare out at the bottom, not as much as a bell bottom, but enough to give that look that folk are wearing nowadays, when young folk wearing that pants. I mean, the pants are cool. I don't mind those pants. I just like, just don't sag them, man. Like, put your freaking pants up. Don't be no punk. Don't be no chump. Don't be looking like no goofy, you know? Don't believe the hype. All that mess is tied to a whole bunch of dysfunctional behavior and energy and history. And that shouldn't have nothing to do with your existence when you get dressed. You know what I'm saying? Come with some integrity about the way you pull your thing together, no matter how trendy, no matter how sporty, no matter what it is. Just come correct. Come like a boss, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a grown-ass man. Like, kids, a lot of the teenagers, they don't know no better. They ain't got no guidance. People ain't got no daddies in the home. Nobody, you know, daddy ain't no real daddy. All that old BS. But when you got a man like I grew up with a real ass man as my father, who was my father for love you forever, man. My mom and dad still here. Thank goodness I got them. You know, hey man, there wasn't gonna be no sagging pants in my daddy's house. My mama's house, hell no. I would have had a permanent wedgie right here for the rest of my life for where my pants got yanked up to my jaw, you know what I'm saying? Please, man, hell no. But anyway, NIL's got this cool look, and I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put that together for y'all. I think I'm gonna do that for fun later. Maybe today, if I remember it once I'm finished. At the end of the day, I'll do some cyberpunk for y'all and show y'all what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, it was like they got a mask in the game just like that. It just don't have the bling to it. But there is another one that's shiny. It's just not pink. I said, this is crazy right now. Like, I feel like I'm looking at Cyberpunk 2077 the way he was in the video. Like a character you could make up, you know? And I love that. I just love that energy, how he pulled that into it. And I don't know if he did it based on that on purpose, like if he plays the game, or if somebody in his, you know, I would bet somebody in his style team plays the game. And even if they didn't think of it because of that, it's just so... That game, this is another reason why I love that game, because they tie so many eras together in the game. I'm talking from the 60s through the 70s, especially 70s, from starting with the 70s especially, but even the 60s are in there a little bit. and they pull it all together. But it's like an 80s vibe with a 2077, because you know some of this technology could not exist until you get to that far down the road. Of course, it is what that is. But then there's other stuff that's like the 90s. There's stuff that's like the 2000s, all the way up to what would be, you know, where we are in the 2020s. Like a lot of the technology we already have that is pointing towards the high advanced stuff of cybergenetic stuff and all this carrying on, and cryptocurrency, the way they use the euro dollar in the game, like everything's converted to euro dollars. That system has come to America. So even in California, in the fictional part of California that the game is based, you use euro dollars. But the way people do transactions, there is still cash, because you'll see cash laying around and stuff when you do missions, you pick up cash, whatever. But there's mainly people doing transactions digitally through their implants. They have cybergenetic implants. So if somebody owe you $5, they look at you like, man, can I get that money? And be like, here, fool. And like their eyes will glow. They'll glow blue with this light that indicates there's a transfer of a transaction going on from their mind to yours. And then your brain picks it up through your chip. And then you get, so it's like credits more so than it is money. Hello, currency. I mean, cryptocurrency is exactly what crypto is. It's like it doesn't technically exist. It only exists in the web. So everything tied to the web, yeah. And that's how this whole game is. This whole world is, in Cyberpunk 2077, is tied to super high technology infused with our actual bodies and stuff. It's, man, when I tell you this, it's so ahead of its time. Michael Pondsmith is a genius, man. The brother's a freaking genius. He's a genius, you know. And I want him to be acknowledged for it now. I mean, he's gotten it through the game and other accolades, but I really want him to be celebrated. Like, I want to see it just like May the 4th be with you. Like, whatever was the day in 1980, I forget the exact day, I mean, year in the 80s that he did the tabletop game that led to everything. It was the beginning. It was the foundation. It was the original book through Talsorian Games. That's the game company. Still exists. Still putting out games. They have new Cyberpunk games, by the way, if you didn't know. Yep. And, but it started with Cyberpunk, not even 2077, just Cyberpunk. Then there's Cyberpunk Red. Then there's Cyberpunk 2077. Then there's, you know, there's all these different years of conflicts and different time periods in the timeline of the story. So, and just a billion stories that could be told and will be told, because there's going to be movies coming, TV shows, from what I've heard. Of course, there's supposed to be another Trigger Studios in Japan doing another animation like Edge Runners, which is one of my all-time, I've said it a million times, favorite animes of all time. It's on the list. It's in my top 5. I don't even want to rate them as what's at the, well, I can kind of say, for me, just, it's hard to beat Akira, y'all. I'm sorry, I love Akira. Akira's probably my favorite anime of all time. And maybe Edge Runners might be 2, like literally. Yeah. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff, you know, that could fit into other, I mean, I won't even get into specific movies by the genius that did Princess Mononoke and all of that, Spirited Away. I'll just say all of his movies would be like, just anything he ever did would be one number on the top 5. It wouldn't be 1 or 2. I'll tell you who's 1 and 2, but it might be 3 or 4 at least. I might make it 5 just because there's some other stuff I want to fit in there, and it would have to be, and even some of those things would be chunks of stuff. I can't do no, oh, that one movie. No, not with some stuff. Some stuff deserves, like, everything they ever did, just dope as hell. How about that? Like, all of it is freaking amazing. Straight up. And then that's gonna make me expand to like my top 10, because I don't want to leave certain things out, you know. Like I would have to be like, if you're talking about just anime, I mean, if you say anime, see, that's when it gets particular. There's so many things that aren't technically anime, as in anime from Japan. There's anime influenced and did the styles, because there's many. And then, you know, it looks like that, but it's not even from Japan. So, you know, it's a lot of stuff like that. A lot of stuff like that. Especially now. So I don't know. But back to my point, that LL video is dope. If you ain't seen it, 30 Decembers, check it out, peep it out. The song is dope. like I say, not my favorite song on the album, but definitely cool for the rhyme. It's not the beat is not so great. I don't like the beat is. It's just there. It's not even like I don't remember it. It's not a complete package. Like, oh man, the beat is banging, the rhymes is crazy. No, just the rhyme is crazy, and the story is amazing. And I love how he puts you in this world, and that's what it's for. That's how I look at that song. Like, it ain't even about the beat. It's just what he has to say, and the beat is backing up what he got to say. Literally, it is the backdrop for real. So yeah, if you can dig that, you're gonna enjoy that. And like I say, watch that video. The video is hella dope. He even did a special homage to the classic place, which I don't know. I gotta look up where that is in Queens. It's somewhere in Queens, you know, where he's from. And it's the cover of Bad, what many will say is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, LL Cool J album ever. Period. Point blank. You know, I mean, he's got a zillion different hits and legendary tracks, but as albums go, that was kind of an opus, especially for classic. It don't get more classic. I mean, you could say Radio. Radio was his first album, and of course, Can't Live Without My Radio and all them joints. Classic. Plenty of other classics on the album, and Bigger and Deffer, that's I'm Bad. Like, the what do they say? The Red Motel. I remember the name of it. I remember the lyrics. I was thinking about the hotel, and then he did the one where he rhyming, and he did the whole rhyme about cartoon characters and eating cereal. And I mean, LL is ill, man. The craziest, most beautiful, perfect hip hop album. I mean, man, so much stuff on that album. So much stuff on that album. I'm trying to remember if is Going Back to Cali on that album, or is that another album? I think that's another album, because that right there, I can't remember if that's on that album. Hold up. Okay. I had to do some hip hop research, y'all. I didn't want to leave y'all wrong. It's not on that. I knew it wasn't, but I couldn't. It was bothering me. Which album was Going Back to Cali on? Because that's one of my all-time favorite LL tracks. It's not the. I can't have the only favorite of all. There's no. They ain't even no top 5. It's just a lot of music I love, right? And that's definitely on that list. In the top 5. It's in the top 5 for LL's greatest of all time tracks. Matter of fact, hit the comments, let me know what are your top 5 LL Cool J tracks. Yeah, we're gonna see who's really up in, who's really hip hop, who really know their stuff and who really appreciates classic hip hop. Cause man, I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali, rising, surprising, taking her to places never before been. Her bikini small, heels tall. She said she liked the ocean. I gave her a beach. Oh, freaking love that song. You kid, man? I don't go to Cali without hearing that within the week or the day of my departure. If I got a flight to LA, I gotta hear I'm going back to Cali. That's that's the theme. There's no bigger, better theme than that. And then when you land, you play Pac. You play California Love. You know what I'm saying? And then you back that up with Kendrick and Dr. Dre, smoking weed with you, which is not my vibe because I don't smoke. So I take the lyrics and I just dissect them. You know the song if you know the song. Every morning when I wake up, you know the joint. You know the joint if you know the joint, right? If you ain't heard these songs, by the way, I have a Cali playlist that y'all gotta hear. Okay, it's right here. I told y'all, ONYXCON music. Look at the playlist. That's where the elements are. That's where the shows are. That's where you have them categorized. You the vlogs. You watch the travel vlogs. You can listen to music. I got one that's just hip hop. Period. It don't matter what coast. It don't matter what area. Worldwide. All kind of classics in that list. Then I got specific to regions. I got the South, Dirty South mix, everything. Atlanta, of course, Outkast up in there. Goody Mob, some folk y'all ain't never heard of that you need to know. All that's up in there. All that's up in there. Then I got my tri-state boroughs, New York, Jersey, all them areas up in there in the north and everything like that right there, all right? You go up there, you gonna get your LL, you gonna get your Big Daddy Kane, you gonna get your KRS-One, you gonna get all of that right there, right? That's what you gonna get when you go up in that playlist, right? Then you go over there to Cali, you know what I'm saying, homie? I got you right there. I got you right there like that. I got LA up in there. I got the Bay. I got the area, you know what I'm saying? E40, you know what I'm saying? The Click. I got everybody like that. I got the Coop. I got the Cool, homie. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all still saying Coop. The word is really cool. All right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got the homies up in there, man. I got everybody up in that there. That's probably one of my longest tracks. I'm going to be real with y'all. Like, outside of Southern hip-hop, the West Coast definitely held me down most of my life. For real. Because we relate to them because of the sunnier weather. And, I mean, it get cold as hell here. But, hell, if you in the Bay Area, I ain't been up there, but, I mean, it get cold there. It get cold in L.A. People be sleeping. It get cold as hell in L.A. Go out to LA in December through February. You're going to be like, God dang, man, where my jacket? I swear everybody wear hoodies all day because it's like when that breeze kick up, you be like, woo, even when the sun is out, man. And don't get up early in the morning, got to do something. You're going to feel it. That desert air is different. It's cool. It's like a little refrigerator out there. You get a little wind with it, man. Psh, forget about it, homie. You better put on something for real. That's what I'm telling you about Cali, man. I know about Cali, man. So I'm like, yeah, listen to that playlist. You're going to love it, man. It's going to make you feel at home if that's your vibe and what you like, you know what I mean? But, yo, y'all, I'm going to get up off here, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and y'all check out that LL, okay? Hit me in the comments. Let me know how y'all appreciate all this today. I'm up here doing ventriloquist acts for y'all and everything. Peace, y'all. It's ONYXCON. Don't nobody do it better. You already know.